Gordon's got the ground game. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And one of the guys to watch out for out of this group is the man on the outside, Keenan Allen.
His versatility, able to play outside the numbers, come back inside to the slot. In any case, you've got to find ways to get him the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the Chargers punter now. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Just 4 weeks left in the regular season, and he has to be firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP award.
Yeah, as the month of December wears on, we'll see how this all shakes out, and the debate will certainly heat up. But he's done everything they've asked of him.
Wouldn't you love to be in his head right now, though, to see what he's thinking, how much this is affecting him? Is he thinking about it at all? Are his teammates talking to him about it? He's dealing with a little bit of pressure, though, even though he's right now the #1 guy.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, Wilson over the middle, complete. That's Lynch. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Play action. Now Wilson on the move to his left. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On first down, Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Chargers starting 11 on defense here, and they are ranked number 15 in the league right now. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove it day for them.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's Wilson to throw. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Point after try forthcoming. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now let's go.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Lockett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field? And they find each other for the completion.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. And spins away. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He spins free. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
After the incomplete pass here now. Is 2nd and 10. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now it's Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw here. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Money looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Doug Baldwin and company getting ready to go again on offense. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start with an NFC West battle down in the Valley of the Sun. Arizona hosting, visiting San Francisco. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Next, we'll head up to the Bay Area. Check on the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. A touchdown pass there for Derek Carr. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. Allen Hurns, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys lead it on the road. So let's get you back to L.A., where I'll hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 63 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side. Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Now it's Wilson, forced out to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Now, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on third and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
They go play action here on first down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson, flush to his right. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 37. And they'll go on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This complete to Henry over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Back to throw again. Henry's got it out on the left side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, a 360. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is put a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll go again with McKissick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tried to make something.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, land it.
Back to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2 big plays in succession, and the Chargers on the move. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run with McKissick. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.